Episode 8 of Flex X Cop starts with Ganghyun looking up the case that her mother had mentioned about the death of Isu's mother and finding out that it is different from what Isu told her. Kyung-jin identifies the suspect that Isu arrested at Sunggu's house while Ganghyun and Junyoung head into the interrogation room to question him. He refuses to divulge important information but starts panicking when a VIP calls him. Junyoung and Ganghyun wait for him to pick it up, but when he refuses, Isu barges into the room, receives the call, and impersonates the suspect, which angers Junyoung. Ganghyun asks Isu and Kyung-jin to bring the VIP to the police station. Due to the incident of Isu receiving the phone, Junyoung asks Ganghyun when she will stop Isu, and she says she will handle the aftermath with the chief later. She also says she will consider not bringing Isu along during the investigations. The VIP is the mayor candidate running against Isu's father. Isu mentions the USB and insinuates that they have found it, and the VIP leaps into action, asking if anyone has seen what is in the USB. Moreover, he says that he did not kill Sunggu since doing so would risk his election, so he just paid up the money and sent the suspect into his room to search for the USB. The chief showed up before they could get more information from the VIP. Therefore, the team is still stuck, and the only way to move forward is to find the USB. When Ganghyun arrives home later that night, she asks her father about the case of Isu's mother. He tells her that his mother was found dead in the bathtub after taking sleeping pills, and Isu was lying next to her. Moreover, Isu could not speak when he found him, and the doctor said it was because of shock and aphasia, which explains the memory loss. He then warns her not to get close to Isu since people who have suffered massive traumas like him have cracks in their minds, and they will break someday. The following day is the anniversary of the death of Isu's mother, so he wears his police uniform and visits her. Meanwhile, Ganghyun, Kyung-jin, and Junyoung continue to search for the USB. At the memorial grounds, Isu overhears an argument between a staff and a man who insists on opening a shelf and putting a picture in. Still, the staff insists that only family members can open the shelves. He remembers the text between Sunggu and Sienu saying that the USB is in a place only he can open. Isu calls Ganghyun and finds out that Sunggu's father died recently, and true to this intuition, they find the USB inside his memorial shelf. The USB contains video clips of patients in the hospital who underwent the psychiatrist's treatment, including Isu's girlfriend and the mayoral candidate. The list has a lot of significant figures in business and politics, making it hard for the team to decipher who else was blackmailed and whether they paid or decoded to kill Sunggu and Sienu. Isu calls his ex-girlfriend and finds out that the doctor knew about the blackmail since she confronted her. However, when Isu and Ganghyun questioned her earlier, she said she did not know about the blackmail, which gave Isu the idea that she might be the killer. In Isu's theory, she can kill Sunggu like a professional due to her background and knowledge of human anatomy. In addition, she could have hypnotized Sienu into not drinking water and died of dehydration. Junyoung thinks that Isu's assumption is complete bullshit, which Ganghyun agrees with, and he suggests they look into the patients in the USB since they have the power and money to hire a professional killer. Isu comes up with another crazy idea, suggesting that Junhyun undergoes hypnosis to test if the doctor can compel someone to death like Sienu. The hypnosis works as in a comedic scene after visiting the doctor. Junyoung adores Isu. Ganghyun thinks that they can prove Sienu's death using Junyoung's case, but for Sunggu's murder, they still have to find evidence. Meanwhile, Isu visits the doctor's professor at the university and learns that he suggested that she not major in psychiatry since the delusion that she can read people's minds could harm both the doctor and the patient. The professor also thinks that it is possible to kill a patient using hypnosis since it entails the control of someone's subconscious. During the conversation, Isu asks to look at an award in the professor's office, which is the same as the one he had seen in the psychiatrist's office, and realizes that the one in her office is missing a scalpel, which could be the murder weapon. Isu asks the professor's help to hypnotize Seo Yu-kyung, which is a success as she walks into the police station and reveals all the details about the blackmail and the murder of Seonu and Sung-gu. She also tells them where to find the murder weapon. Isu and Ganghyun head to the hidden room to pick up the scalpel, and on the way out, Isu notices that the art on the ceiling is similar to what he sees in his dreams. Moreover, Yu-kyung warns Ganghyun not to trust Isu since he is a time bomb. When Isu arrives home, he finds the reporter waiting to blackmail him into getting access to juicier gossip about the USB footage in exchange for not releasing an article about his mother. Consequently, his brother comes seeking information about the mayor's candidate, but Isu refuses to divulge police information. Elsewhere, Ganghyun is writing a police report asking the police chief to reconsider Isu's appointment as a police detective, citing instances of property damage, endangering himself and the public, and almost ruining their investigations. Suddenly, Isu entered the office and asked to meet at the rooftop. He intends to destroy the USB footage since he thinks it is more dangerous because two people have already approached him asking about its contents. In addition, he thanks Ganghyun for not kicking him out when she should have done so many times, and that he is happy because he finally found a place where he feels like he belongs. The sincere talk makes Ganghyun change her mind, and she does not send Isu's file to her superiors. Dr. Seo calls Isu's father to ask for his help, but he does not pick up, and she makes a decision to blow up Isu's mind using one final hypnosis before going to jail. She asks her attorney to call Isu, who agrees to see her. At first, Isu does not believe her when she says she put his dream in his subconscious to cover up how his mother died since it was too much for a 7-year-old. She offers to hypnotize him, and the episode ends after Isu wakes up from the hypnosis now with memories of finding his mother drowning in the bathtub. The episode review. Compared to other episodes, which have been just about solving murders using Isu's impeccable instincts, this episode delves deeper into the suspense surrounding the death of Isu's mother, making it more thrilling. Ganghyun's father was involved in the case, and if there were any foul play in her death, then it would mean that it would significantly affect the relationship between Ganghyun and Isu, which has been developing steadily over the last few episodes. Therefore, the one thing we are still looking forward to in the next episode is figuring out if her death was an accident or murder. If it was murder, who do you think is the most likely suspect?